All right. Hope you guys are doing well, staying safe, and just wanted to talk about values for a second. You know, you've heard that you make your money when you buy when it comes to real estate or buying a company, whatever it is you're doing. You make your money when you buy. It's all about value, right? You need to be a value investor. So the most important factor in that is you need to know the value. So you need to know what companies are trading at. If you're buying businesses, what is the multiple of EBITDA? You need to know what properties are trading at, what is the cap rate in the market for the type of property that you're buying, and what are the market conditions, inventory, supply, demand, things like that, so that you can intelligently assume what the future value of those properties are going to be. If it's residential, you need to know what the after repair value is, what that property is going to be worth if you're looking to do a flip or building a spec house, something like that. And if you're renting, you need to know your comps. You know, what can the property rent for? What does that inventory look like? What's the demand in the market look like? What are the vacancies, occupancies, things like that? So those are the ways that you determine the value, and you want to make sure that you've got margin. So there's two different things. There's margin and there's yield. So margin is a gap, right? Margin is where on the after repair value of a property, in order to make a decent profit, you want to have about a 25-30% margin, right? So that's the difference between what your all-in costs are and what you can sell it for. Yield is a very fine spread. So yield is more of a cash flow play. Yield is you buy a property at a 5 or a 6 cap, you're borrowing interest, you're borrowing the money interest only or amortized at 3-4%. You have a little bit of a yield spread there. So yield is less of a margin. Margin is a bigger gap. So understand the value plays, the differences between yield and margin, and the different strategies that go together with that. You make your money when you buy, but it's more important to know the top than it is the bottom. Because if you buy at the top, it's going to be very difficult to get out. You can still cash flow, you can still do okay, but you're not going to have any margin there. You might have yield, but you won't have any margin. And if you're a yield investor, then it's fine. You can buy in any market as long as it works for your parameters, as long as you get the yield you're looking for. So it is better to know the top than the bottom. And you don't always have to wait for the bottom. You can work it along the way if you know your values and stay ahead of the market. So keep an eye on those market metrics, the KPIs that I mentioned. Know your values, know your comps, know your vacancies, know your inventory, and know the demand, and you will be okay investing no matter what segment of the market it is you're looking at.